This man has been trapped on the same day for 1,000 years. Every time he wakes up the next day, the time resets back to 2020 July 7th, 7 a.m. For 1,000 years, he has been living like an emperor daily, no longer worrying about money or women, and even committing crimes for excitement without caring about the consequences, because everything will be reset the next day. As a side note, if you were trapped on the same day, what would you do? Welcome to Chapter Chronicles, subscribe for manga recaps. The story begins with a man named Chen, who, upon realizing that his time resets every day, starts to indulge and enjoy himself recklessly. Today is the 1,000th year that he has been trapped on the same day, and he is in a bar talking to a woman about his story. The woman sneers and tells him that his flirting techniques are outdated. To her, Chen is just a normal man boasting. She pulls out her phone to message her friend, hoping that she will come and take her away from him. Just then, Chen calmly tells the woman that her friend won't be coming. Her boyfriend just came back from a business trip, so she is currently accompanying him. The woman doesn't believe him and thinks that he is just using this as another pickup line. Chen seems to know that she won't believe him and coolly points to the time on the wall. In 9 minutes and 13 seconds, your friend will call you, he says. The woman is stubborn. She stands up and replies, "Let's wait and see then." But as she stands up, she bumps into a man who just walked in. The man looks at her with a sidelong glance, which scared the woman, and loses her composure. The man then grabs her hand and starts making unreasonable demands, asking her to drink with him. The woman is helpless against the man, who is a head taller than her, and just when she is about to be pulled into his arms, Chen lazily interrupts the man with his voice. He gestures to the man to come over and stand next to him. The man, who has never seen someone so arrogant, releases the woman's hand and walks toward Chen. The next moment, the man flicks his cigarette butt at Chen, but Chen, who has gone through this scenario hundreds of thousands of times before, didn't even dodge it. The man, surprised by Chen's quick reaction, decides to attack him with his fists instead. But Chen easily dodges his attack and punches him into the air. In his sleepwear, Chen easily defeats the man, leaving everyone at the scene shocked by his skills. In the next moment, the man's leader appeared. He was very angry that his subordinate was publicly humiliated by Chen. He threatened that Chen would not be able to leave the bar today. But in the next second, the so-called leader was stunned, just because Chen called out his nickname in such a casual manner. Then they heard Chen continue to comment that is this how Zhao Guizi teaches his subordinates. The leader was instantly surprised and wondered who the heck is this man who knew his boss. Chen didn't care about his surprise and took out his phone to dial Zhao Guizi. Although the other party didn't know him, Chen continues talking. When he mentioned the main meeting, the other party suddenly went silent. I thought we can get the chance to admire Chen showing off his skills, but he just made a casual phone call and the problem was solved. After finishing the call with his boss, the leader quickly apologized to Chen on behalf of his subordinates, to which Chen replied that he is in a good mood today, so he will let this matter pass. He is used to people's attitudes towards him now after 1,000 years. But the woman was not calm. She stared at Chen with wide eyes, thinking that this man was so cool. In the next moment, the woman's phone rang and brought her back to reality. It was her best friend who she had been waiting for, and it happened to be after 9 minutes and 13 seconds. Moreover, the reason why her friend couldn't come was that her boyfriend came back from a business trip. Chen had predicted it all correctly, which surprised the woman. Chen waved his hand and walked ahead, saying that if she still didn't believe him, she could follow him. The woman couldn't figure out his thoughts and soon followed Chen to the parking lot. Chen had stolen a car elsewhere since for him, it would be returned the next day either way, and waved goodbye to the woman. The woman is annoyed. He asked her to come over yet leave her alone here, so she demanded Chen send her home. Chen replied that he is not interested in women that only had 8 points with heavy makeup. The woman is triggered. She took out her makeup removal and removed her makeup on the spot, then asked Chen what about this. Chen looked at her closely, smiled, and replied 9 points. Then continue, Do you want to come to my house to prove that I'm lying? Don't worry, I have a huge bed. The woman agreed. The next morning, in a messy room, with the sound of an alarm clock ringing, Chen slowly lifted the covers and revealed his toned 8-pack abs. Another day had begun. But the unexpected happened the next moment. The woman from last night appeared in front of him in a bath towel, holding her phone and taunting Chen. Don't you say that you repeat every morning on July 7th at 7 o'clock? It's now July 8th, 7:01. Explain this to me. This all came so suddenly, and Chen couldn't control his expression for a moment. He suddenly found himself on a new day. Facing the woman's pursuit and questioning, Chen plunged into the bathroom. This is not a dream, time really started to flow, and he has escaped the endless reincarnation. At this moment, Chen was completely excited because he had finally become free. He no longer needs to live the same life every day and experience the same things. The next moment, a voice sounded in his ear, congratulating him for passing the test and activating the space-time reincarnation system. If escaping the endless reincarnation was like a dish of salad, the arrival of this system was like a plate of delicious meat. And the system's panel information appeared in front of him. All his stats were quite normal except for his spiritual power. One option caught the attention of Chen: time reset. Could this allow him to reset time at will and go back to any desired time? The system quickly provided an answer. Indeed, as he thought, but every time he reset, it would deduct a certain amount of space-time credits. And if he chose to reset on the same day, the consumed space-time credits would be doubled. However, this was not a problem for Chen, as long as he did not choose to reset on the same day. He thought about how, although he had been reincarnating for 1,000 years, he had also transformed from an ordinary person into someone with over 1,000 different skills. Now he was no longer passively reincarnating, and his abilities finally had a place to be used. Chen felt excited and could not help but burst out laughing in the bathroom. The woman outside the door heard the laughter and thought Chen had lost his mind. When the bathroom door suddenly opened, she was startled. Chen assured her that he had not lost his mind and that this was the happiest and freest moment he had experienced in 1,000 years. The woman looked at him and said, "Can't you be honest after spending all night together?" Suddenly, there was a loud knocking on the door, and the woman looked through the peephole to see 3 men who were looking for Chen because he had stolen the car of a powerful and influential man named Wang Zhuangyuan. Wang was a legendary figure from the EC region, who had been the top scorer in the imperial examinations. After his parents were injured in a demolition dispute, and he avenged them by killing the attackers, he was imprisoned for 3 years. After his release, he used his outstanding intelligence to create a powerful force in society. Now, he is a man with power and influence in the EC, and most people would not dare to provoke him. The woman heard that the other party was the infamous Wang, and her eyes widened. For Chen, this was nothing. Last night, in order to save the woman, Chen pretended to be the son of Li, a big shot in the entire East region. When the woman heard this, her face became more serious, and she couldn't help but sweat. However, Chen assured her not to worry. The woman was still worried. The people is already here after him. At the next moment, Chen lightly tapped the air and conveyed his request to reset the time for today to the system. In an instant, the woman was frozen in midair, and countless fragments of information about July 8th were gathered. After the reset was completed, the woman is again holding her phone and questioned Chen. This time round, Chen did not panic like before. He really managed to reset time. When the woman was about to speak up again, he put his little finger on her lips and then leaned in front of her. "Hurry up and get dressed, we don't have time." When the woman heard this, she bit Chen's hand and complained that, "Although I know you won't take responsibility, you still have no conscience, chasing me out right in the morning." Chen knew that the woman had misunderstood him because only he had memories before the reset. He then explained what would happen soon and said that his identity is nothing compared to the woman. Upon hearing this, the woman's eyes widened. "You know me. Since you know me, then beg me. How about I help you deal with that top scholar Wang? After speaking, she even ruffles her hair a bit. Wu Chen saw the woman acting so teasingly and chose to pull her in his arms, saying, "Beg? Like how you begged me last night." This move made the woman blush with shyness, but the next moment, she pushed Wu Chen away. "Go dream on. Even if you asked me, I won't help you anymore." However, Wu Chen was not disappointed. His mouth slightly curls up. "Too bad for you. I know someone who can easily handle this matter." The woman did not expect Wu Chen to know such a person and immediately became interested. She eagerly asked who it was, and Wu Chen calmly replied, "She's a woman, a very interesting and fascinating woman." On the street, a group of cars is chasing Wu Chen. Soon, a car caught up with them, and the man waved a black gun at Wu Chen in a threatening manner. The woman saw the gun and got nervous, but Wu Chen appeared relaxed and even said that this is just getting interesting. He signaled to the woman and then sped up the car again. Wang's men didn't give up, but instead shouted louder and threatened to drag Wu Chen out of the car on the way. Wu Chen didn't waste any time. As he sped up, he took out his phone to dial a number. As soon as the other party answered, Wu Chen's voice came through. "Director Li, you have a traitor by your side, and he will make you will lose the bet. Don't worry about the source of the information, and I can tell you more things, such as your younger brother." At that moment, Wang's men caught up with Wu Chen's car and crashed into it. Wu Chen had no choice but to cut short the communication with Director Li on the phone and informed her to meet half an hour later and hang out. Wu Chen's car was sandwiched between the two cars of Wang's men, but he was not worried. He stepped on the accelerator, and a pushing sensation instantly came over them. The red car elegantly and freely swung out from between the two cars. Then, on a fast road, only the taillights of the red car were seen gracefully swaying away. Soon, Wu Chen stopped the car. They have reached the woman's home. She looked at the building outside the window with disbelief, wondering how Wu Chen knew her address. But the woman didn't question further. She knew that even if she asked, she wouldn't get a clear answer. Wu Chen will just use the excuse of 1,000 years again. Afterward, she got off the car unsteadily with her feet trembling. The woman wanted to ask for Wu Chen's phone number to contact him, but Wu Chen didn't wait for her to speak and quickly drove away. The woman's face was filled with anger when she saw this action. She was furious that she had been played all night and didn't even get a phone number. However, she didn't intend to let Wu Chen go. In her opinion, Wu Chen must have been informed about her address and identity by her best friend. The woman immediately decided to fish for information from her best friend to catch Wu Chen. How outstanding can a woman be that Wu Chen, who possesses a space-time system, would give up the contact information of a 9-point beauty and rush towards her anxiously? The woman's name is Li Robing, who on the surface appears to be a celebrity entrepreneur in East Sea City, but her background is quite complicated. The young Master Li to whom Wu Chen borrowed the name was her younger brother. Of course, Wu Chen's understanding of this woman also relies on the reincarnation of time and space. Within 1,000 years, Wu Chen not only learned about the woman's information but also had intimate contact with her many times. After bidding farewell to last night's woman, Wu Chen drove alone to the woman's company, which was called Huansai Fashion. With the previous conversation in the car with the woman, Wu Chen easily entered the company. Upon entering the woman's office, Wu Chen didn't start speaking first. Instead, it was Li Ruobing who recited all of his information. Wu Chen, a 22-year-old graduate of the computer science major at East Sea University, with no special family background. Wu Chen was not surprised that Li Ruobing could find out so much about him with just a phone call. Instead, he thought it was only natural. The next moment, Li Ruobing tore up his information. In her opinion, Wu Chen's identity was too ordinary. How could such an ordinary person know about her gambling agreement? Then she stood up abruptly and questioned Wu Chen about who he really was and how he knew so much about her. Wu Chen's lips curled up slightly and said, "You can think of me as an information broker." Li Ruobing's eyebrows unconsciously furrowed at Wu Chen's words, and her eyes gradually showed a sharp edge. Wu Chen didn't give Li Ruobing a chance to continue questioning and instead approached her closely. I know there are many things you care about, and I can provide you with a lot of information about traders and moles. But as a businessman, you need to pay me 10 million as a bargaining chip for the transaction. For Li Ruobing, she felt that Wu Chen is purely provoking her. As he spoke, Li Ruobing unconsciously put her hand under the table. The next moment, she directly pulled out a gun and pressed it against Wu Chen's head. Do you think I will agree to your nonsense? Don't think you can do whatever you want just because you know my information from somewhere. If you don't explain it clearly to me today, don't even think about leaving this place alive. She coldly looked at Wu Chen across. Wu Chen knew that Li Ruobing was definitely not joking, but the next moment, he took the magazine of the gun into his hand. He arrogantly ejected its contents and said, Let's see how you can kill me without this. Li Ruobing clearly remembered that her gun had been stuck under the table all the time. How could this man take away her magazine? Could it be the probing action at the beginning? Thinking of this, a few drops of sweat unconsciously appeared on Li Ruobing's face. Wu Chen did not answer Li Ruobing's question. He grabbed the gun and said, I've already told you. I'm an intelligence dealer. Everything in your office is within my intelligence network. After he finished, Wu Chen returned the magazine to the gun and handed it back to Li Ruobing. He continued, I came here this time not with malicious intentions, but to make a deal with you. As an intelligence dealer, I only care about money. In fact, all of this was just a tactic used by Wu Chen to lower Li Ruobing's psychological defenses. Only by seeking wealth could Li Ruobing be less suspicious of Wu Chen's intentions. Of course, Li Ruobing was also a person who had experienced many. She quickly regained her queen-like demeanor and said, Tell me, what else do you know? Seeing that he had reached his goal, Wu Chen played with the gun in his hand. As the eldest daughter of the Li family, you have been discriminated against because of your gender, but you refuse to accept it. You want to prove to everyone that women are not necessarily inferior to men. However, you have never been able to escape the control of your family. Your mother has always favored you. She came from the Sun family in the northwest and has some say in the family. But this time, instead of stopping you from marrying Ding Ruilong, she even forced you to do so with the threat of death. You wanted to leave, but you were afraid that your mother would be implicated, so you stayed. In order to make your so-called fiancé give up on you, you found 3 fake boyfriends. But you didn't expect that their endings would be one worse than the other. The first one committed suicide, the second was sent to a mental hospital, and the third was worse, he was sent to prison for life. Ding Ruilong is an extremely petty person. Despite knowing that all your previous boyfriends were fake, he still makes the move on them. This made you afraid to interact with anyone of the opposite sex. You are also a very competitive woman. In order to break free from your family's arranged marriage, you made a private bet with Ding Ruilong to see whose company would do better within 5 years. Given your abilities, winning against Ding Ruilong would be no problem at all. However, what you didn't know was that he had turned someone against you in order to win. Now, with only half a month left in the bet, this traitor hidden by your side will hand over your research and development materials to Ding Ruilong right before your company's product launch. Your fate is to lose the bet, marry Ding Ruilong, and that's it. At this point, Wu Chen paused and looked at Li Ruobing with interest. Do you still not believe in my intelligence-gathering abilities? After making eye contact with Wu Chen, Li Ruobing silently took out her checkbook and wrote down an amount of 10 million. Then, she handed it over to Wu Chen in a domineering manner and said, Now tell me, who is the traitor? Coincidentally, at this moment, the traitor suddenly knocked on the door and walked in. The man's name was Feng Yan, and he was Li Ruobing's senior assistant. He came here this time to get Li Ruobing's signature. As long as she signed the documents, he would have officially completed Ding Ruilong's task. The next moment, Wu Chen pushed the man's head down on the table and pointed the gun at his head. So, this is the traitor you're looking for, he said. However, Feng Yan did not give in to Wu Chen's threat and pretended to be dumb. What traitor? I don't understand, he said. Wu Chen did not want to waste too much time on him and immediately revealed that Ding Ruilong had transferred $5 million to Feng Yan's Swiss bank account. Upon hearing this, Feng Yan became even more agitated and began shouting grievances at Li Ruobing. Wu Chen could not help but feel disgusted with such an ungrateful person, pressing him down harder. Continuing, Wu Chen began to search through Feng Yan's pockets. Then he takes out a phone and dials it. After a few rings, a voice that Li Ruobing was extremely familiar with came from the other end of the phone. "Have you got the information?" It was Ding Ruilong. After verification, Wu Chen threw Feng Yan to the ground. "Do you still want to argue or explain now?" Li Ruobing fully believed in Wu Chen now. She stood up and began to question Feng Yan about why he betrayed her. "Is it just because of the money?" Li Ruobing said didn't his family had not earned enough from their Li family over the years. At this point, Feng Yan knew that things had gone out of his control, and it was useless to argue. He started begging for mercy, and claimed that Li Ruobing's mother arranged for him to do this. Wu Chen seemed to know that he would find an excuse to fool Li Ruobing, immediately interrupted and said that he was lying. Li Ruobing's mother agreed to Feng Yan and Ding Ruilong's marriage solely because of Li Ruobing's grandfather's pressure. Feng Yan was instructed by Ding Ruilong to speak like this, knowing that her weak point was her mother. After speaking, Wu Chen passed the gun over to Li Ruobing and asked what she is going to do. However, to his surprise, she did not take any action against Feng Yan. Feng Yan was also surprised that his young lady would let him go so easily and ran out of the door in a hurry. The next second, Li Ruobing explained, "I just don't want to dirty my hands. He will be a rock at the bottom of the river tonight. But now what I'm most curious about is your identity. Why should I believe that you're not sent by Ding Ruilong to replace Feng Yan?" Wu Chen wasn't stopped by this and said confidently, "You can rest assured about this. I have a way to dispel your doubts." Li Ruobing became interested and asked, "What way can make me dispel my doubts?" Wu Chen smiled and looked at Li Ruobing. "Simple, just let me be your boyfriend."